Hello everyone. I am so excited to open this one. This is the Millennial Tarot and we're going to be unboxing it. We're going to be having a look at it. We're going to be talking about the cardstock, the packaging, the cards themselves, the guidebook, all of it. And we're going to do a full flip through of every single card as well. I had a little bit of trouble getting it because apparently I was trying to get it at the same time that the creator, Scott Bergman, was switching over to a traditional publisher. So I believe he's going with RP Studio according to Amazon, and so you can easily get it on Amazon now because previously it was a little tricky getting it in Australia. Now you can easily do it. It is currently listed at $42.44 for Amazon AU. That will obviously differ depending on where you are in the world, but I mean, this is glorious. I will say this is how it came to me. This has no plastic packaging. This is what we want. This is what we want. This is good, right? This is fantastic. Also, wanting to let you all know that I will be chatting to the creator of this deck, Scott Bergman, on the Witch Talks podcast for season 3. We've hooked up our interview and I'm so excited to chat with him, but I wanted to unbox it first so I knew what I was dealing with. All right, so you can see here, Millennial Tarot, a deck and guidebook, the journey of adulting, because the struggle is real. Love it. We've got an avocado here. Absolutely on point. We have, yes, RP Studio. On the back, it says $25 US, $31 Canadian. A playful yet powerful mystical tool for millennials and those who love them. So it's not just for millennials. It's also people who understand millennial culture. So I can imagine this also being good for tarot readers in other generations who maybe want to give something a little bit more niche to their millennial clients. That could be really cool. So typical 78 card tarot deck, which is great. An unexpectedly deep guidebook, which is wonderful. So let's jump into it. This is it's called magnet clasp. Oh, very strong. Listen to that. Oh, that's good. Strong magnet clasp box. Okay, this is my first time opening this. Not that you can tell because there's no plastic, which is lovely. Oh, there is a little bit of plastic on the inside, but not on the outside because we don't need that double up. One or the other, guys, at least. All right, so we have this lovely little guidebook here. We can see it's in color. The pictures of the cards are not in here, which is fine. You don't need that. So that's a nice little sized guidebook. And then it slips in on here. I haven't seen this on a piece of packaging before. So is that hard to get in there? Let me just try because that'll help me know if the packaging, oh my God, maybe this is just Hana proof. Oh, I didn't. Okay, we got it. All right, it just takes a little bit of finagling. All right, and then we have the actual deck in here, which, being in plastic, a little bit tricky right now. All right, so it kind of sits in there. It's just a very different box style, but I like that it's not too big. It's nice and small. Oh, it feels weird without all the other stuff in there. All right, let's go on to this one. Oh, don't tell me I don't have my scissors in here. So I'm gonna need them for this. I was wrong, I have my scissors. So, in case we haven't met before, I'm Hana, the Suburban Witch. I'm a tarot reader professionally and an astrologer, a witch. Oh. Who obviously lives on a very noisy road. Okay, so these are reversible. We can see that similar design to the front here, which has our avocado and then the 4 little icons for the elements, the suits. All right, moment of truth. First of all, I mean, there's no edging. We can see at the moment it's a little clumpy. It'll probably change once we start playing with it. It's quite matte. Size-wise, it's like bigger than your standard Rider-Waite Smith, bigger than a standard deck of cards. All right, let's Let's just jump in, shall we, with a flip through. All right, we have the Fool is the Millennial, which I love. A little bit of latte art on top there. Cute. All right. Oh, and we got a little Uranus symbol here. So this is pretty cool. I like it. Latte down the bottom, some smartphones. Very nice. The Magician is the tech visionary. So I like it has both. And we've got the Mercury rulership there. So I like it's got planetary rulerships and both the traditional name and the festival goer and traditional name of the High Priestess. This is the border. Okay. I thought that was just for the other one. This is just the standard border on all of them. All right. Festival goer. Cool. The Empress is the Etsy queen. Yes, taking those creation vibes. The Emperor is the patriarchy. The artwork's really interesting so far. The Hierophant is the Instagram guru. The Lovers is the Tinderists. I love that. We've got two little smartphones making a love heart at the top. How clever. Adore that. All right, the Chariot is van life. Wonderful. Strength is DIY skills. Off the grid is the Hermit. Yes, 100%. Love that. Little solar panels there. Wheel of Fortune is the Bitcoin investment. I knew this was going to be such a fun deck. I knew it. That's wonderful. The Social Justice Warrior is Justice. Yes, that's a really great take on that and much more, I think, relevant as well. Hanged Man, fun employed. I think Scott's done a really good job at this. He's very, very much thought this out. Student loans is death. Yes. I mean, I can't speak to that because I don't have any, because I didn't go to university. And I live in Australia. It's a little bit different. They're still not great. Temperance, eco-friendly. Ooh, the fuckboy, the devil. Red flags galore. Tower, dumpster fire. Yep, and look, we've got a little polar bear in the background. Ice caps melting. Yeah, incorporated a few things in there. The Star is the soul cyclist. Okay. The Moon is the ghoster. I won't say who I'm thinking of with this card because it's the significator that I use for one of my friends who absolutely ghosts all the time. So that's quite funny. Won't name names. The Sun, insta-famous. Yes. Judgment, quarter life crisis. 100%. And the World, a boozy brunch. Delicioso. All right, we're going to keep going because I have a feeling that all of these are going to be wonderful. And so far, yes, because some decks have like major stuff for the majors and then they kind of lose it when it gets to the minors. But this one looks to be not quite like that. Also, I'm just going to have a little sneaky peek. Look at that. We can see the different color tones for each suit, which I love. So obviously we've got wands, cups, swords and pentacles, and then these ones are all pink, so they're all that pink border. So that is quite a fun little addition as well. All right, boop, boop. Ace of Vibes. Okay, so vibes instead of wands. Coolio. Ace of Vibes is microdose, and that looks a bit like a macro dose, but yes. Nukarehu Dis. First like. 3 of Vibes. 4 of Vibes went viral. Yes. 5 of Vibes, frenemies. Really spooky image, isn't it? 6 of Vibes is squad goals. 7 of Vibes, sorry not sorry. 8 of Vibes, literally obsessed. Nine of Vibes is on edge. 10 of Vibes is burnt out. Yeah, and that's such a great, like, I love that some of these can become like one-liners as well. So even if you're reading with a different deck and you get the 10 of Wands, which, you know, can be like burdensome, like you've just got too much that you're carrying. But yeah, burnt out is another excellent way to view that card. Page of Vibes, House DJ. Knight of Vibes, Life Coach. Queen of Vibes, Baddie. And King of Vibes, Big D Energy. Yes. All right, now we've got Feels instead of Cups. Ace of Feels, swipe right. Two of Feels, engagement photos. I like we've got some representation here as well. So we've had lots of genders, we've had lots of colours, we've had lots of sizes. This is wonderful. Sexuality, so this is two male characters on the card. Couples costume, 3 of Feels. The pictures are a little unhinged, which is also very on theme for millennial stuff. 4 of Feels, binge watching. Did I mention it's the school holidays and my husband's trying to parent the kids whilst I film? So we might hear some distraction in the background. 5 of Feels is the ick. 6 of Feels, throwback. Yes. Oh, Tamagotchi. 7 of Feels, thirst trap. Is that meant to be pottery or like chocolate fondue? 8 of Feels is inner work. 9 of Feels is blessed. Hashtag blessed. Don't let me forget the hashtag. 10 of Feels, fam. Page of Feels, coming out. Yes. Love this. Knight of Feels, ally. Queen of Feels, mother's intuition. Yeah, they're like giving Salvador Dali meets a little Picasso. You know what I mean? King of Feels, stay-at-home dad. Oh, that's really cute. I actually really like that. All right, then we go on to our swords, which is thoughts. Ace of Thoughts, vision board. New focus, vision board, yes. All right, 2 of Thoughts. To be honest, I don't know. TBH, IDK. 3 of Thoughts, too real. 4 of Thoughts, self-care. 5 of Thoughts, gaslighting. 6 of Thoughts, girls trip. 7 of Thoughts, acting shady. Yes. 8 of Thoughts, lockdown. Oh, I love that that got represented in here. 9 of Thoughts, Sunday scaries. 10 of Thoughts, can't even. It's all the lingo, isn't it? It's great. Page of Thoughts, teletherapist. Knight of Thoughts, protest organizer. Queen of Thoughts, independent woman. King of Thoughts, grown-ass man. Yes. Look, he's got his vegetables. He eats his veggies. Ace of Swag. So swag is obviously pentacles. Ace of Swag, new gig. 2 of Swag, work-life balance. 3 of Swag, work besties. 4 of Swag, pyramid scheme. Yep. 5 of Swag, furlough. 6 of Swag, free giveaway. 7 of Swag, hustle culture. Little Red Bull there on the side. 8 of Swag, imposter syndrome. Interesting. 9 of Swag, first time homeowner. Ooh, yes. Can see that. 10 of Swag, generational wealth. Page of Swag, personal trainer. Oh, with this little selfie stick. Knight of Swag, celebrity stylist. Queen of Swag, who run the world, and King of Swag, Sugar Daddy. That is perfect. That is perfect. Okay, wonderful. These are all fantastic. I'm sure you can see that as well. They are all so cleverly done. All right, let's do a little shuffle test so far. Okay, it's actually fairly easy to shuffle, even though it's slightly bigger than, I guess, a standard card deck. It's actually really not hard to shuffle, so that's good. The cards don't actually feel like they're sticking at all, which is wonderful. And I have a feeling, yeah, they're not going to spread well on this table. If I had, I have a cloth. No, it's a dirty cloth. I'm not going to use that. Where can I, let me just try on the ground. Hold on a second. Still a bit chunky. Still a bit chunky. So I think the shuffle is fine, but the spread is a little trickier, which is fine. You don't have to spread to choose them. And also I do find that tends to loosen up a little bit after a little while of playing with them. All right, so let's just read the guidebook for a couple. Let's just do a past, present, future. Let's do a random past, present, future. All right, so let's go past, present, and future. Alrighty. So, past, 3 of thoughts, too real. Present, current, mother's intuition. And future is death, student loans. Let's see. Let's go look at our guidebook. So, what has Scott said for these cards? Alright, so this is good. The guidebook is also color-coded. That makes it really easy when you're flicking through. OMG. Surprised we didn't have an OMG card. Alright, 3 of thoughts. Too real. TLDR. The build-up. I like this. TLDR. The sitch. You were hit with a gut-wrenching truth bomb, left on red, or fed the classic let's just be friends. Or it's not you, it's me. You're shook. How could they? Why would they? Is there something wrong with me? It's a jolt that leaves you feeling deflated. You've been burned before, but it stings nonetheless. Your heart was broken. You've got a mess of thoughts, and they ain't happy ones. Then we have real talk. Heartbreak can give rise to a cloud of negative thinking. Dwelling in this space means meditating on a whole lot of negativity, like frustration, self-pity, feelings of betrayal, rejection, resentment, and the list goes on. At the root of these experiences lies anger, which is essentially a belief that someone's suffering will somehow bring justice and make you happy. It won't. As surprising as it is, wallowing in self-pity doesn't make you happy. In fact, to deeply get over anger and move on, you must muster the opposite thought. Compassion is wanting someone to be free from suffering. Not wanting you or your ex to suffer anymore is what being over it really looks like. And releasing them from being your enemy is the surest way to truly let go and move on. And then we have a reversal. So you can read them reversed, which does work. In the wake of a painful confrontation, you might find a surprising sense of relief and embark on a period of profound healing and recovery. You may have needed this split, but struggled to recognize or initiate it. Your heart shattered, but now you're forced to acquire the healthy coping strategies that you are overdue to learn. You can finally address long-standing issues, and this heartbreak could be the catalyst for real forward progress in your life. All right, do all of them have this, like, yeah, okay, so hashtags at the end. Ghosted, betrayed, truth bomb, shook, burned, cancelled, left on red, and heartbreak, which is great to have those, like, keywords. I kind of wish they were at the start near the TLDR, but that's still fine because they're not really the reversed meaning, but it feels like it is because it's at the bottom there. But yeah, so that is the three of thoughts, too real, which I would say, yes, usually I'm talking about this being a card of, heartbreak and sorrow and grief and longing and unrequited love and all of those sorts of things, right? So that's that one. Mother's intuition, Queen of Feels. Let's flip to that. So blue, we need blue. All right, here we go. Queen of Feels. Mother's intuition. TLDR, mastering feminine energy. The Sitch, you're a natural healer, nursing the world back to emotional health. You feel what others are feeling and intuit how to skillfully navigate their trauma to help mend their wounds. Your cup overfloweth with kindness and care as you invoke the spirit of a wifey, new mum, an emotionally intelligent queen. You harness feminine superpowers like making everyone feel seen. Real talk. Use your intuition to tap into the heads and hearts around you. As you engage in conversation, notice how witnessing another's unspoken gestures creates patterns of sensations inside yourself. In that way, it's like you can feel them, experiencing the other person's inner world. Use this empathetic connection to more precisely help others and yourself to heal. The more fully you understand what someone is going through, the more truly you can see them. And reverse. Developing trust in your intuition is nurtured like any other kind of trust. When you heed your inner voice and observe the outcomes, you learn to discern its accuracy. It's natural to experience doubt, especially if previous judgments have misled you. Build back intuitive trust within yourself by acknowledging how often you get judgments right, but don't give yourself credit for it. A renewed sense of self-trust can help you love without second-guessing or reservations. Hashtag healing energy, emotional intelligence, like a mother, and empath. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Mother's intuition. It definitely is the most mothery card out of the queens, is my vibe with the queens generally, so that tracks. And then the death card. So we have a major card here. Death is student loans. So let us find that one. Here we go. Death card. TLDR. Closing one door and opening another. The Sitch. Years of debt have weighed you down, drowning your dreams and crippling your soul. Fannie Mae stands over your shoulder, scythe in hand. Who's Fannie Mae? Asking for repayment and draining your bank account. But then it happens. Death. It dies. The loan is paid off. The debt fades into oblivion. And suddenly the weight is lifted and the future is unencumbered. You forgot what it feels like to be weightless and you are ready to take flight. A new era of potential growth and freedom is ushered in. So that's a good way of representing, I guess, the change, big shift, rebirth, that kind of a vibe. If you look closely at it, this is the real talk. If you look closely at any anxious thought, a few layers deep, there is usually some existential dread about death. When something tangible or conceptual dies, there is an emptiness left where it once held space in your attention or life. One can focus either on the loss that's missing or on the pure empty space that's left behind, where something beautiful can be built in its stead. Rather than giving your energy to the closed door and that which died, seek the open door for opportunities. And reverse, reluctant to let go. Sometimes you may prefer the hell you know over the heaven you don't. Because of this, you may fear change, transformation, and death. When letting go feels like falling off a cliff, sometimes a gentler approach is needed, like wading into the waters instead of jumping headfirst off a waterfall. See what happens if you simply relax your grip rather than let go completely. Hashtag debt-free, new beginnings, reset button, closing time, and end of an era. Hashtag end of an era is fantastic for the death card. So overall, all right, let's have a look at this. Overall, I'm going to give this 5 out of 5 for creativity. I'm going to give this cardstock maybe a 3 out of 5. It's not my favorite cardstock, but it's not the worst either. It's like almost just above middle. The guidebook, I think it's a good size. It's not too big, so it's not going to take up too much space, but it has enough information. Like that, you heard those readings. That was long enough information to get quite a lot from that, and you can interpret it how you will. The fact there's no pictures in here, like that would be a nice bonus, but it's not necessary. So I think guidebook, fine. And the, what's it called? Let's see how easy this is to put back in. All right, so it loses points on cardstock. It gains points on creativity. All right, that was really easy. Yeah, here is the test. All right, so I don't want to ruin it. Is it best going this way or the other way? All right, we got it a bit better that time. This might be a practice makes perfect. All right. Okay, that is really neat. It feels really solid. Okay, that book is not going anywhere. That was a little worry, but that's really good. So I think it feels solid. It feels like this is actually going to be a lot more sturdy than say one of the flip top boxes or one of like these kinds of boxes. which are just quite flimsy. And this has lasted like 8 years. So 9 years? This has lasted like 9 years. So I think this one will last quite a while. I love that it only had a little bit of plastic wrapping. I don't even think that's needed, but I think it's better than most of the decks on the market in that regard. So overall, I'm going to give this deck a, drum roll, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. I think maybe even a 4.5. I really, really like it. The concept is really interesting. The creativity in what's there is great. I think it only loses points on the actual card stock, and perhaps the fact that people who are not millennials are probably not going to like this. They're not going to get it. And also, there was no avocado toast in here. It was like, there's an avocado on the front. There might be a reference to it, maybe in like the Boozy Brunch or something. I'm not sure yet. I haven't gone through all of it. But I want an avocado. Like, and something about we can't have houses because we're buying avocado toast, you know, like some reference there would have been really cute. But I think he's done a fantastic job. I'm so excited to chat with him. I think this is going to be like one of those like iconic cult classic type of decks that it just captures the heart of people and it's like their favorite thing ever. By the way, before you go, have you seen my planners? I'm just going to give you a little flip. This is actually last year's one. So I've been able to like show people that you can, oh, how good is that? Rip the pages off every week. This is like a little sample one that I'm showing. So I've got one for 2025. It is a printed, like thick, luxurious planner, and it changes color every quarter. So you can see that there's like a beautiful green, and then we've got this like purple, and then there's this like navy and pink at the end. It's really lovely. We've got affirmations or like little astrology tidbits. There's priority tasks and reminders, and you get like the new moons, the full moons, the Mercury retrogrades, and the Sabbats all included in there. The printed copy is for Australian Eastern Standard Time, so it is Australian Southern Hemisphere dating and timing and things like that. But I also have the American Northern Hemisphere EST time zone in a digital version. So definitely check that out if you haven't seen it yet, because it's amazing. And this is one of those things I do and I sell, but I forgot to tell everyone on YouTube. So my darlings, I will pop a link to this, an Amazon link in the description box if you want to get a copy. It's an Amazon affiliate link. You can choose to use that or not. I only get like 2 cents if you do choose to, but I mean, 2 cents can add up, guys, in this economy. But I hope you like this, and definitely keep an ear out for the Millennial Tarot episode on the Witch Talks podcast, where I chat with Scott Bergman all about his process, his creativity, how this all came together, and everything about the Millennial Tarot. Have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world today, and I will chat with you next time.